Well, a very good evening to you, Bongani, and our viewers at home. Indeed, I can just summarize today, day one of the summit, as an emotional day. We've had a number of delegates here that were literally in tears. Of course, we have about 1,200 delegates from across the country representing a number of civil society groups, especially, of course, the women rights groups gathered here today, obviously, to fight the scourge of gender-based violence, and not only just that, but also violence against children. Now, we've had a number of women that went up on stage and just told their stories of abuse that they've suffered mostly at the hands of men, and they were just really moving. One of my colleagues said that after hearing those stories, he will never take issues of gender-based violence for granted. So that's how much these stories that the women told themselves just hit the hearts of the people that were here. And I think one of the stories that came out strongly is that of Martha Moromo. This is a lady who's serving a life sentence at Hosimampuru prison. Of course, she was sentenced for killing her husband, and when she was telling her story was that, she was repeatedly abused by her husband, and she could not find help, and that she did what she did as a means of trying to find an escape, and of course she never then was able to find an escape. Hence, she had to take that law into her hands. And if you can just perhaps now listen to that clip by Martha earlier on today.
If you sentence a person, you must not just think for that person, also think for the children. Because now I've done this thing that I have done. I'm in prison. I've been arrested from 2003, sentenced in 2005. I was sentenced to life sentence. My children, my last born, when I got arrested, my last born was 4 years old. She is now 19 years. Every day she's asking, "Mommy, when are you coming home?" And that's it. Thank you very much.
Another story, of course, that was told here is a woman who said that she was kidnapped, and this is the traditional practice of Ukutwala, and the abuses that she suffered under that practice. And if you can just also listen to this woman speaking for herself, just what she went under when she was kidnapped, as we call it, Ukutwala.
20 years back, I call it kidnap, but they call it Ukutwala. And I call it harmful culture. On my way coming back from school, I was taken by the 3 men. I know them. I was taken to the house. I don't know. Even today, I don't know. I was kept there for 2 weeks. The first week, I was drugged.
One of the other things that came here, that came strongly, the themes, is that the justice system is not seemingly protecting victims of gender-based abuse strongly enough. And the president touched on this matter, calling on the justice system to come on board to protect the women. Let's listen to the president addressing delegates earlier on this point of the justice system.
There is a danger that society begins to normalize such practices and say, yes, these things happen, as the speaker was saying in her input. That is why we need to be vigilant. Condemnation needs to be constant and consistent. Perpetrators need to be prosecuted. And this is where our criminal justice system must come to the aid of the women of our country. This is where the criminal justice system must demonstrate that, yes, it is there to protect the women of our country.
Well, day one was, of course, as I said to you, very emotional, but the summit continues. There will be a number of commissions discussing a number of issues around the scourge of gender-based violence. The numbers are staggering. Stats SA said that between 2016 and 2017, over 70,000 women reported cases of sexual offenses. So it's a crisis in the country, essentially, and this summit seeks to find solutions. And with that, I expect to you in studio, Bongani.
Well, thank you very much, Sipho. It's been a rather dramatic day. From one drama to another, ANC Treasurer General Paul Mashatile says the public protector's finding that Home Affairs Minister Malusi Gigaba lied under oath will come up for discussion at the Monday meeting. He says they will be able to advise